And we should be back o'clock, baby.
Incredible. It is in fact back o'clock.
Don't call me a baby. That's really rude, Ian.
How come you didn't think of our friend Rusty when you said that? You should really be more considerate of other people.
My least considerate friend, Ian. Never thinks of other people.
Yeah.
I say with a straight face.
Anyway,
What are we doing tonight, boys?
We are going into the pit.
We are going into the pit.
Hell in the pit.
I had a bit all planned out, and then
I'm so sorry.
we're just going, man. It's the end game. You've seen this before.
I didn't mean to ruin your bit. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No, actually, I'm okay. Because if the bit didn't stand up to whatever
me
light,
being bullied.
yeah, whatever light and gentle ribbing you get from your stream partners, then it probably was okay to have been lost to the nether.
I got sad and didn't want to do it.
Kind of makes me think that the bit didn't have a whole lot of strength then.
Roll in the pit. Head in the pit.
I'm like legit a little upset with you right now.
I was down in the pit. You were down in the pit. We were all in the pit.
The bit wasn't worth committing to, you know?
I guess. Whatever.
I'm trying to sing the fight away, and it's not happening.
It's not a fight. Nathan has to have
Nathan's like, yes it is!
Nathan has to have a legitimate side for it to be a fight. And I'm just done. Something. Arvin's dead mother. Alright, let's go.
What?
Or father.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Father,
this game's
sorry.
dead father.
Sorry.
Dead farter.
Typo of the group chat. Get his ass.
Get his ass.
Alright. Oh man, I forgot how much cutscene is in this part.
So that was a biometric identification.
Yeah.
What were they biometrically sampling?
I don't know.
It's like, did something get their DNA?
I think the implication is the school probably has.
What kind of nanny state does that imply, you know?
The other thing is, it was probably scanning Arvin, who has been here before.
Well, yeah, but it rattled off everybody else's school ID number.
Okay, yeah. I really wasn't paying attention to that. Alright, let's go down into the pit. But yeah. We're gonna go down here. My dog really doesn't like it. My other dog's gonna make stuff explode.
I recognized that noise and heard about the pit.
Yeah. I haven't not had him with me.
Wonder what happens if you say no there.
I don't know. Doesn't really matter.
You don't know, and you don't know.
I don't know. You're right.
Here on this channel, we have fun with homonyms.
Can't write them there.
Can't
I
write
only tolerate heteronyms in this country.
I thought about making the joke, but I'll let the straight man do it.
You make the joke, Rusty, but people in like teachers have actually gotten in trouble for that.
Oh, I know. I've been a
You
teacher.
skipped a movie.
Wow, I did skip a movie. We saved time. Finally.
The problem is that animation is so fun that I would rather play that one and lose every other one of these shitty
Oh yeah, absolutely.
in-engine animations.
No, absolutely.
But movie skipped.
My dog doesn't like it here. No, I'm not gonna press the plus button 20 times in all of this, trying to pull my dog back out. That's definitely not gonna happen. I have already fought 18 things.
Now, to be fair, if I were in this situation, I would also, like, the first thing I would do is go get a catch because I'm nuzlocking. So.
Was the first thing you did when you did this.
Yeah, I really vibe with Nimona is what I'm saying.
So, I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
I think part of the whole biometric scan, and they just did it there, was they scanned us and could tell that we were not dying. That is probably a thing that a region that says, yeah, go free explore the region as children. That is quite literally part of the curriculum.
Yeah.
If you suddenly have a child, say, fall off a mountain,
yeah,
and for some reason their
so
cell
like
phone doesn't catch them.
Yeah, your phone, which does, like, in lore, catch you when you fall.
Yeah.
And it's like responsible, is sentient and responsible for your safety.
Yeah.
It would make sense if it was like getting biometric readings on you.
Yeah. So that if something happened to you,
And like your phone can already, like, they have like ways
Yeah.
they can detect your vitals. That's not
yeah,
that's not fiction.
that's your phone can do it.
Yeah.
Like,
Your phone might even be doing it without your permission. We live in a weird time.
characters are interacting here. It doesn't fucking matter. I don't think I can get that one if I remember right.
The other thing to think of is, is there an item you're going to grab that you would wind up using?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. That's why I grabbed it. Did I go the wrong way? I might have fucked up. Gone the wrong way. Move, Arvin.
I think he is.
Marvin.
Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be a Area Zero shattering kaboom.
Thank you. All right.
You're welcome.
All right. Now that our Gen Z's audience is left. Where am I going?
I gotta feel like Gen Z knows who Looney Tunes are, even if it's just because they see like 5-second clips of like Looney Tunes from 1960 in like the YouTube Reels or whatever.
They're TikToks typically. But...
Yeah. Rusty, who's your favorite Looney Tune?
The big hairy orange thumb that gives haircuts.
Are you talking about Gossamer?
I am talking about Gossamer. Yeah, I can't remember his name, but God, I love that motherfucker.
I do think he is a very fun shape.
He's a fun shape. Got a fun voice. Even if it's problematic, maybe.
He might inspire my love for Gritty even upon... I hadn't made that connection before,
Yeah.
but now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, oh, hey, hold on.
I would see there is some like DNA there.
DNA evidence.
Cool new
Goth-
info. Sorry, what?
I was just gonna ask you, have we seen Big Red and
Gossamer
in the same room?
Cool new info from the AI world. Tech giants think that the users of their software should be held responsible for copyright infringements made possible with their software.
You know, we could have lived in a much cooler world where tech giants meant like cyber titans that did battle,
like
kaiju.
Pacific Rim robots, but no,
that is a giant, like a technological giant.
That is a tech giant, and no, it just means fucking Zuckerberg and
Yeah, we live in the world where Google took the "Don't be evil" out of their style guide. They specifically removed it. Did you know that?
I did.
They used to have a little manual for new employees.
Yeah, that was their quote unquote motto.
No.
Yeah. They specifically removed it.
I'm glad I won't get attacked by anything here.
You won't. It's the next one.
Research station.
Shreen.
Hey, look.
Oh, I'm wrong. Is the lighting weird? Everybody's gray looks a little darker than maybe it's supposed to be.
It could be our capture card, too.
Oh, okay.
I would say things look relatively normal to me when I'm looking at them on stream. Also, who let the dogs out?
Who?
You didn't even need to be here.
First time for everything.
You just turn to Arvin and go, "This is how you fucking do it."
It is Nimona here, so I mean.
So Arvin's hair doesn't look too dark for you?
I mean, it looks dark there, but I think that was like,
yeah,
like,
he's kind of blonde.
Yeah.
But when it looks at him from the front, it's very dark.
I just think that was just
like
weird.
He was in the shadow in that shot, and then they moved him out of the shadow in the second shot.
Yeah, I think
it was a little weird.
I think it was like a weird shading thing.
Area Zero is also just a little weird.
Area Zero is a little fucky. Little fucky wucky. Hey, I can actually get that one. Do we have any random Pokeballs spawning? Doesn't look like it. I don't know if they patched those or not.
I understand that those glitches still happen.
I was like, that's a weird design choice, and then I learned it wasn't a design choice. It was the game fucking up. I could read the lore of how Arvin's dad, almost said mom again, died, but now we're just gonna press the button.
Well, like the notebooks and the stations, they really tell the story of like how Arvin's other parent walked out on them.
Well, I mean, I kind of don't blame the other parent. They became super obsessed with this and gave up all of the time with their family, and still not a great thing to do, but the other parent should have absolutely taken Arvin with them. I think that's their biggest sin. But
is it possible that there are just no good people in this story?
They're all shitty, and the points don't matter.
The side characters in the DLC, I think, are worse. They're like actively bad.
I would say that the level of child abandonment here is actively bad. Again, I think one parent's actions are worse than the other, but that doesn't mean that they're not both bad. I went the wrong way, didn't I?
I think you can go this way.
Okay. Well, let me go downhill.
Yeah, you can slide down hills.
Neat. Fucking shortcut. Because you can't actually, like, go that way, and you get... I think there are more items and stuff.
There are several paths you can take.
But if you go down
when
that
we
way...
did this with Rusty, I don't think you were here. I actually showed him the speedrun around.
Yeah. I'm glad I won't get attacked by anything here.
It's right below where the Tyrannotars spawn, isn't it?
The Tyranitar spawn basically at the bottom of that hill.
Right.
And by Tyranitar we mean Iron Thorns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my game, it's Sandy Shocks that spawn over there. Violet. When I say my game, Scarlet. I'm playing Violet right now.
You are?
What the fuck is that?
It's a Delibird, right?
No. That's not a Delibird.
That's a menace.
Right, Delibird.
This thing's destroying OU. Actually, I don't know how much usage it gets anymore.
It's banned from OU. So it gets 0 usage in OU.
And why was it banned? Was it for being a menace?
It was in fact banned for being a menace. I don't think those are the exact terms that the council used, but it's not bad in VGC. I've used it a lot. I think it's kind of fallen off of usage due to just how good Urshifu is.
God, Urshifu is insane.
And coming back in the DLC confirmed, right?
No, they're already back.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm an idiot.
It was just allowed into this regulation.
It came in with the teal mask.
And
that's what I was reading about. Okay.
Yeah. And newsflash, Wicked Blow still broken as fuck.
Well, it's the water one that gets the most usage, and that's Surging Strikes.
Yeah. That's the one I meant. Because Unseen...
It's going to say that Darker Shifu gets 0 usage. It's not uncommon.
Unseen Fist.
Unseen Fist is kind of good.
That's insane.
The combination of a move that always crits and Unseen Fist is very scary.
Yeah. No random Pokeballs here. But yeah, no, that's...
It makes it very hard to deal with.
I'm
just saying that there's 0 counterplay. It's why a lot of things are... as a matter of fact, a Terra Dragon has gotten kind of more common as a measure of dealing with oppressive water types like Urshifu.
Yep.
But Terra Waters, Terra Grass, there are things like Dondozo that can pretty handily check it. Though it's also an answer to Dondozo because it crits through all the stat boosts.
I was gonna say, my Dondozo's gotten fucking wrecked by it.
Moongus is still good. And it will always be good.
Even with the nerf to sleep in this gen. Or whenever it went down to 3 turns.
I don't know if this gen specifically nerfs sleep, other than, like, anything could be Terra Grass, so anything can be immune to Spore. But, you know, safety goggles has always existed.
So, we're unlocking all of these locks, and we're letting, Professor Robot out effectively. So, say we this suddenly becomes the, God damn it, I did it, the hero loses universe.
Yeah.
This is the hero loses timeline. What do you think happens?
Kind of depends on when the hero loses. Like during the
the
Paradise Protection.
Yeah. So Paradise, we go into to activate, Paradise Protection, and we, they lock our Pokeballs out, and we lose.
Yeah.
We die. Effectively, I'm saying the Protag...
I say you probably get eaten by the Koraidon or Miraidon.
Yeah, the Protag, I assume, dies to the Miraidon.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, but then, so this is the loses timeline. We get a sequel in like 20 years. That's the most graphically holds up game in the whole Pokemon series. It'll still look good in another further 20 years, and it's the whatever was on the other side of the Paradox Machine, whatever it was, is now flooding the whole world, and the whole world is that now, and you have to fight Ganondorf Raffarig to turn the world back to the way it started.
Okay. Which game is he referencing there, Nathan?
Sorry, I gotta assume it's
Wind Waker. Wind Waker is the sequel to Losing Timeline, right?
No.
Yeah, because that's what
Wind Waker is specifically on the adult timeline.
Yeah.
So there's two compatible timelines: the child and the adult timeline, where Link gets, at the end of Ocarina of Time, Link gets sent back into time. So there's that world, and then there's the world that continues to exist after she sends him back that doesn't have a hero. Because that world doesn't have a hero, Wind Waker happens. The world gets flooded by the gods as a way to defeat
the gods. The gods are like, fuck this Ganondorf guy.
Yeah,
we're
because that timeline doesn't have a Link because Link was sent back to.
It's not because he lost; it's because he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they know his arc, that bitch.
Yeah.
Forgive me for not knowing the ins and outs of the extremely easy to follow Zelda timeline.
You're a Kingdom Hearts fan.
You're close. There is a downfall timeline.
Kingdom Hearts is easy to follow if you just play the games.
Yeah. The downfall timeline is Link is defeated in his battle with Ganondorf.
That becomes
Link to the Past.
Original Zelda.
The original Zelda, Zelda 2, A Link Between Worlds.
Yeah.
All those games take place in the downfall timeline.
They all seal. So they seal Ganon in the Sacred Realm without having been defeated. So he is at full power and is able to corrupt the Sacred Realm and that timeline.
Yeah.
The other one, he gets sealed in the Sacred Realm, but he has been defeated, so he doesn't have his power, so he can't corrupt it.
Yeah.
Or doesn't have his full power, I guess.
He gets stabbed with the sword.
He does get
kills the Sage of Water.
Does kill the Sage of Water in still what is maybe the coolest cutscene.
It's what his side B is based on.
It's still what would maybe the coolest cutscene in the entire Zelda franchise.
Yeah.
The getting stabbed by the Sage of Water, look up, breaks the chains, and fucking flame chokes him, and kills the Sage of Water is one of the sickest things that happens. Go play Twilight Princess.
We'll play it on stream eventually.
Shoutouts. We'll get to Zelda here eventually.
I think I actually call dibs on Twilight Princess because I haven't played it.
I would love for you to play Twilight Princess.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's the opposite reason that I'm calling dibs on Minish Cap.
Hold on. I will.
We're in the middle of a Scarlet and Violet cutscene, Zach, so it's going to take a minute.
Hold on, I'm mashing for you, Zach.
Yes, we shall summon the tickler for you.
I'll get your boy.
Unfortunately, Zach, they both lied to you. The Tickler is not in this run. The Tickler 2, however.
The Tickler 2.
What is that batch?
It's
Is it
the
one of...
Super Ultra Combo 2023. Now, what that means, I have no idea.
Yeah.
It means this user joined Twitch's Super Ultra Combo 2023.
Okay, that didn't help. I assume that's a Street Fighter or other FGC thing. It sounds like that.
Zach wouldn't be involved in the FGC. I don't know what you're talking about.
Mason actually may have played more Street Fighter recently. Alright. You wanted to see the Tickler, right? Hold on, let me get out and, like... There you go, buddy. For you. Look at this motherfucker. We're gonna fight.
Get absolutely tickled.
I guess we're fighting...
That giraffe is coming right at you.
Yes, we're fighting Cobrastryke. Arf. Play.
Welcome to Earth.
But yeah. This is him. This is your legacy, Zach. This is your fault.
Magnificent! Magnificent!
Yeah.
Do like the Citizen King clap.
I was thinking the Collector in Infinity War.
Alright. Let's fucking go. But so you know they keep spilling out. So going back to, you know, before we got on Zelda, you know, the hero loses. This guy making Marvel references in 2023. It is pretty cringe. You're right, Zach.
So, presumably, if you die, all your friends die.
Yeah, no, I expect that all of these that we all lose.
Yeah.
Or they lock out the Pokeballs, so we're unable to defeat, you know, the Paradise Protection Protocol. You know.
Yeah, I assume that if that happens, Koraidon Miraidon murders and eats your ass.
Yeah, no, like, so Protag and this group dies. So,
I think Arvin still lives and is an ancient, traumatized old man that sends you on your quest in the sequel.
See, I don't hate that, because I think...
Well, it depends on when it happened. Because if you're killed during the battle with the AI Sada Turo, then your friends aren't there yet. Your friends come in during the...
I think it would be...
when they send out Koraidon.
I think it would be...
during that. In that case, you guys are all locked in a room with a giant dinosaur and no way to escape.
So,
you can cut scene away for Arvin to be the only one that escapes.
So
there's ways.
So what I was thinking is that your Miraidon, your Koraidon, doesn't get, you know, you aren't able to, you know, friendship no jutsu it,
yeah,
but it still escapes. Like it, you know, crashes through or whatever and escapes, leaving.
It grabs Arvin and
leaving you to
GT's
die
FO.
or whatever.
Brutal.
Yeah, does it? Yeah. So, do you think the Paradise Protection Protocol then becomes... Is it passive, or do you think that it would, you know, it would try to actively, you know, I'm not saying take over the world, but actively try to bring more and more Pokemon? Or do you think
what it's specifically trying to do is...
so it's trying to stop you from shutting it down.
Yeah.
So there will be at least more, you know, Pokemon coming out of the
the professor's goal was to create a paradise for them, their lover, and Arvin.
Yeah.
That was what was their driving goal.
Yeah.
And they thought that the way to do that was to make it more like the ancient past or the distant future, depending on which game you're playing.
Yeah.
Thus, the building of the time machine and the summoning of Pokemon from the past to the future. So, presumably, if the protagonist dies, they bring forth more Pokemon from the past or future to make this place more quote-unquote paradise-like.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I was asking. You know.
Yeah.
You know, what do you think happens there?
So, you know, in real life, if invasive species are a thing, we can kind of see like some of the effects of that. So presumably these ultra powerful ancient and or future Pokemon become invasive species.
Okay, see, that's what I was thinking. And, you know, proven right now to do this, you know, you have to have beaten Nimona and you know, champion whose name escapes me.
Gita?
Yeah, Gita right now. So right now you are the strongest person there.
Yeah.
So, you know, Protag loses.
Yeah.
Strongest person is defeated. You know, obviously, you know, they wouldn't be able to, you know, push back all of that. So, you know, is it like you know, 5-10 years later, you know, what's the next game? What's the next step? Do you think?
So, if it were me, I think the logical thing is you are the new champion, the student council president, who, by the way, is the daughter of a very rich and powerful conglomerate that makes these phones.
Yeah.
Penny, who's also the daughter of a rich, important businessman of some sort.
Yeah.
And Arvin, who is the son of the region's professor, which is, again, one of the foremost academics
on the planet.
In the country, at least, if not on the planet.
Yeah.
All of them die in a horrific incident.
Yeah.
Where a AI goes rogue.
Yeah.
The school's gonna learn about that, right?
Yeah.
Because Area Zero is wired up with like defenses that prevent people from going in.
Yeah.
Presumably, eventually, they figure out that you guys have gone down that way and investigate.
Yeah. Well, you are canonically the strongest trainer in the region right now.
Yeah.
And you lose.
Yeah.
So, what are they going to do?
So, presumably, like, there is... there is certainly some sort of authority, right? Presumably at the Pokemon League or something.
Yeah.
That has banned people from going into Area Zero. Presumably this governmental body... Because, like, what's going to happen is... 4 very high-profile kids have gone missing.
Yeah.
This is assuming that all 4 kids die.
Yeah.
The daughter of a tech conglomerate, the brand new champion.
Yeah.
The regional scientist's kid, and also Penny.
Yeah. But like, and even Penny is the daughter of her father's supposed to be some sort of like rich businessman or something like that. You know, all 4 of these characters have like families that are like lots of influence here.
Yeah.
These are high status individuals. The school is going to notice they're missing, right? They're going to show up for class or something. So they presumably like notify the authorities and like they start investigating where these kids went. Presumably they learn that they went into Area Zero and send a team of people to investigate. And then eventually that team of people stumbles on what I would assume at that point is a time machine spewing out a bunch of monstrous Pokemon and 4 corpses of children.
Yeah.
So at that point, maybe the authorities rally some sort of response.
What is that response? Does it come from this region? Because
Except we know that there's some sort of authoritative body that has banned people from entering Area Zero at the very least. So they have like the technology to like have like monitors and sensors and stuff that like prevent you from doing that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the question: is there like a military? Is there like a security force of some sort? Do weapons even exist in the world of Pokemon?
Well, obviously swords do.
Yeah, but like, do guns? Do missiles? Do tanks?
In the anime, guns do.
Yeah, but
Lieutenant Surge came from a war.
yeah, he's a soldier. So like,
there's some sort of.
yeah.
Do you think he knows Cloud? You said he's a soldier.
Is Lieutenant Surge first class? Because Lieutenant Surge doesn't come off as classy at all to me. But like, you know, that there are a lot of questions there.
There are guns. There are Pokemon poachers with guns.
Again, in the
anime, there are like there's like one episode that has guns in it. But
they
like,
have there's a move called Water Gun.
Yeah.
And even if it's named after the toy was named after the weapon.
But
I think there are guns.
If that's the case, you know, do the authorities come in and start gunning down you know, monstrous Pokemon from the past or future?
Are the guns strong enough for that? Is the other thing. Like I don't know if, you know, if
I'm kind of leaning to the fact that like this is a world where firearms don't exist.
I'm pretty sure a Wild Tusk would need a pretty high caliber round to even affect it.
Yeah.
Like, if like bears in the real world, like grizzly bears, if you are hitting grizzly bears with subsonic rounds, like smaller than a 9mm, you aren't even penetrating like flesh.
Yeah.
So I would think that you would need something, you know.
Like, even if like they don't have, because like, you know, Pokeballs exist.
Yeah.
So they go on like a mass catching spree, if that's the case. You know, if this is a world where like weapons of war don't exist, or at least, you know, like past medieval technology, then you know, Pokeballs exist.
Yeah.
So, you know, they send in squads of some sort of security force that is basically armed to the teeth with Master Balls, and
I was gonna say governments can arm themselves with Master Balls.
yeah. Do they clean up that way? But presumably the Paradise Protection Protocol gets shut down somehow.
Yeah.
What if the sequel is Team
Potentially
Rocket?
at the cost of like dozens of lives. If these Pokemon are as dangerous as.
What if the sequel is Team Rocket gets a hold of all of the government Master Balls that have Paradox Pokemon in them from this event and go on a rampage around the world? And you have to go back into Area Zero to get new Paradox Pokemon to fight the Team Rocket menace.
I keep having to remind myself I'm not playing
Violet.
and that
Or Scarlet.
Yeah, that I'm
Playing Violet and not Scarlet.
I'm like, those aren't the Pokemon I'm used to coming out of that hole. But yeah, so like, so I'm asking you, Nathan.
Yeah.
You know, flesh out this idea. What's the response look like? I'm asking you to. All right, let's even take a step back. do you think that there is some sort of security force already available?
Presumably, there is like at least some sort of authority, right?
Yeah.
Because again, somebody has made a rule, maybe even a law, where Area Zero is banned off of, you know.
So is it so? I'm asking you to step into the writer's shoes here.
Yeah.
Where does that come from? Is it part of, like, do you think that's part of the League's job?
Yeah.
Or do you think that there's a government outside of the League?
So it feels like like no government is ever mentioned.
Yeah.
But you know, if you're a kid who's focusing on your adventure, maybe you just, you know.
Yeah.
Why would you care? I
I
don't want to study civics. I want to study Pokemon. You know.
Yeah. I'm assuming that
If it were me, yes, there would be some sort of higher governmental authority that regulates maybe the Pokemon League, maybe the Academy, but there is some sort of regulatory body of some sort.
So, is it above the League, or is it like a separate branch of the League? Is the League, you know?
I would assume it would be above the League, but clearly there is some level of authority that makes rules.
I like the idea that the highest authority in the land is the Pokemon League.
I kind of do
that's
too.
Kind of subtly implied in some of the
Yeah.
previous games, where the Pokemon League is
In
Johto
Kanto,
it's kind of implied what's happening in the
there is
first
not
three
a higher
generations.
authority in the land than Lance. Lance is doing whatever the fuck Lance wants to do.
Yeah.
Lance is hyper.
He is personally investigating criminal activity.
Yeah. Lance's Dragonite kills a man. He doesn't actually die, but Lance's Dragonite kills a man.
Fun fact, that character comes back in Pokemon Masters.
Oh, the guy that got hyper beamed?
Yeah. He's an NPC in Pokemon Masters.
Like I said, Lance's Dragonite killed a guy.
But yeah. So.
So I assume it's kind of, and this kind of implies it, so Larry works as a, like, it's implied that Larry works for the League, not just as an Elite Four member.
Yeah, not only serving as the guy who people battle,
but like as
he
like,
has some sort of administrative job.
some sort of administrative job. So I assume the implication there, to me at least, what I would roll with if I were writing it, is that the League is, you know, the governmental body, and there's branches of it. Obviously, there's some sort of administrative branch, or at least the League serves as like the executive branch of the government.
Yeah.
So, you know, Larry's actually, you know, in the Department of Agriculture or something, you know, a paper pusher there or something. That's funny to me. Department of Energy, probably. He likes wind farms. Okay, what's the max level for the people there? It's like 68, right? That's what the... I was gonna say Sada, this is Toro. Toro.
Fun fact, his name comes from the Spanish word futuro, which means future. Professor Sada's name comes from pasada, which is Spanish for past. 67 is the highest level.
Alright, I think I'll be fine. But I do have, like... I may have some candy I can give out, just as a treat. You know what? Fuck it. Let's gonna be the cleanest usage.
Dance night.
I have a sweeper if I need it. I don't... None of these will work anyway. A PP up would have worked if I wanted, but I don't think I'm going to run out of PP on the fight here. Who does he lead with?
Both of them lead with the Volcarona variant.
Which one is this one?
This one is Iron Moth.
Okay, give me the typing.
The typing is Poison Fire.
Poison Fire. I'm sure it doesn't know a bugged move, so I'm just gonna lead with Mon Boy.
Yeah. But both Sada and Turo lead with their Volcarona variant.
Hey, buddy. You doing okay over there?
Yeah. And they both save their Mega Evolution variant for last.
For their sweeper.
And it is holding a booster energy.
For their trump card. But I would assume that the League is like the... I assume that the League is the... Again, I kind of think of it as the executive branch of whatever government. I'm sure there's a court. There's, you know, the court system. I'm sure there's a legislative branch, but
maybe we're putting more thought into it than the people who wrote the damn thing.
well, that's the fun part. But yeah, no, they don't fucking know, and it doesn't matter. But people like to overthink things sometimes, and sometimes it's a fun thought experiment.
It is a fun exercise.
But I just kind of like the idea of, like, there being, like, a strike force of, you know, the Elite Four, Greta, and, like...
Gita.
Yeah, Gita. I said Greta. Like, Gita, like, the, all of the gym leaders, you know, with, quote-unquote, their best teams, you know. Kind of like what happens with, Black and White. Black and White 2, I think.
In Black and White, the gym leaders do come in to fight Team Plasma there.
Yeah, kind of something similar to that. And
Except for notably the Striaton trio.
And I kind of like the idea that they don't win. Maybe they like kind of fight it to a standstill, and then the next game, the Black and White 2, is, you know, somebody getting strong enough
to finally put an end to things.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea of maybe a cousin or something to the protag.
They have to meet the protagonist's grieving mother. It's heavy.
Yeah, Nathan, I'm starting off with this quantity with 4 children dead. It's not light.
Just gonna keep making sandwiches for my baby. Maybe he'll come back.
And if you really want to Pokemon it up, you Ex Machina it with you go back in time and you fight with this protag with like a team. You know, they have just a team of the 6. You know, what would be the most popular Pokemon, or you maybe even base that off of your what starter you choose. They have one.
They have a corresponding starter.
Yeah. And so you get to go back and fight with them or change history or something. I guess changing history is fine.
They did something similar in Black and White 2 with the memory link function. You can interact with your other save file.
Yeah. But you just go you go to where those kids die, and you pull them into the future or whatever, and hey, kids aren't dead anymore, and you don't have to deal with that trauma now. That trauma just goes away.
I can change the future.
Thanks, Shulk. Let's get him.
Let's roll.
Let's mon him, boy.
So how come in every, like, fiction that depicts, like, clothes of the future, it's always, like, a tight bodysuit? Like in Tron, or Star Trek, or...
Because they're all slim and sexy.
Yeah. But I'm just, like, as time has gone on, like, from, like, compare like Victorian dress to today, you know, less clothes has been the trend, not more.
It is up to me now.
Like in Victorian times, it was scandalous to see a woman's ankles.
It's a very Western point of view of you.
You're saying, like, in general. Like, social decorum is trended toward less clothes rather than more.
Yeah, you're right. This is a dope, like... This is dope.
It is a cool sequence.
Yeah. And just, like... This right here, him being, 50 feet in the air and just...
Yeah. Now, I've been pretty much seeing, like, universal praise for, like, this segment of the game.
Yeah. That's sick. When I first saw that, I'm like, that's sick.
Yeah, it knows.
Well, and it's an example of the Switch, like, graphically, the background that's going on.
Yeah.
The Switch can hold its weight on, like, graphical performance. You just have to care about it.
I just won't miss. I knew it had an electric move. I just won't miss here, and it'll be fine.
This is an impressive amount of stuff going on in the scene.
We just don't miss those.
You managed to get all 3 cutscenes in the first turn.
And then we're done. We didn't get the crit cutscene.
Oh, was that not the first one?
Because
Because he did 2 cutscenes when he hit you.
Oh,
I assume one of those was because of the crit.
We might have.
And there was one more cutscene that can happen is if you crit hit.
Fighting electric is
Electric
Iron Hands.
for Iron Hands, yes.
Yeah. Time to get tickled.
Iron Hands is also busted.
Oh yeah. How many?
I mean, none
How
of
many
the
raids
Paradox
you go
Pokemon...
on and it's just everyone picks Iron Hands no matter what, and there's
None of the Paradox Pokemon are bad.
No.
Not a single one of them is bad.
You faked out my tickler.
But Sandy Shocks hasn't had very much splashability in the competitive scene.
Yeah.
I'd like that to do more. Oh.
You don't really see Iron Jugulus.
I may lose this encounter.
No, I think you got it here.
You doubt the tickler.
I did doubt the tickler.
Drain Punch on Iron Hands is scary. He's bulky enough and big hits.
Iron Bundle's gonna be faster than me, right?
Iron Bundle's pretty fast.
He's got that little.
You're not gonna be
fart bag
faster than a level 77 dance now.
He's very Mega Man-y.
It is a little.
Hey, that's veggie.
God damn.
Iron bundle, quick.
Fortunately, that's a special move and not a physical move, so the defense
Yeah, you're
boost
fine.
didn't matter.
Yeah. Iron Thorns is poison. No.
Rock electric.
Rock electric. Why are you running 3 rock types? Or 3 electric types? Jesus.
He's running 2.
I bet the tickler's faster. I bet I can drink it.
The Iron Thorn's not really known for being super quick. I have a Tyranitar and an Iron Thorns that I caught in the game that were both naturally the smallest they could be. And I have a box in my PC that's just called Little Guys. And it's just the 2 of them. They both got the little tiny mark.
Little mini mark?
Yeah. Because I put them out and I was like, Tyranitar is supposed to be bigger than this. And so I went and checked, it's like, yep. And then I caught an Iron Thorn, just like, okay, I know Iron Thorns is bigger than this. I think I got the Tyranitar in a raid.
Yeah.
I maybe got the Thorns. Maybe got the Thorns on purpose because it looked real small in the overworld. I don't know. It's been a minute, but I do every time I go through my boxes see my little guy's box and the two little guys just hanging out in the box.
Wow, that's not great.
Thankfully, you have all of the special defense.
Yeah, it's just like a special wall. Don't even.
Made my blast hurt. Very fighting. How am I gonna...
Yeah, it's the combination that doesn't exist between the 2 originals.
How do I want to deal with
It's not psychic type. That's how I remember.
I think in Pokemon Fusion, you can get an Iron Valiant by fusing Gardevoir and Gallade. It calls it Galadivore, or Gardelade. But it does Fighting Fairy, and they have a couple of combinations like that get different moves. Valiant is so fucking cool.
Yeah, it's really cool, man.
This gen really did me and my favorite things a ton of favors, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
This is kind of my gen. They gave sharpness to Gallade, gave him a bunch of cool moves that are sharp, like Aqua Blade that it didn't have before, and gave me a trans rights sword warrior.
Aqua Cutter?
Aqua Cutter is a different thing, right?
There is no move called Aqua Blade. It is called Aqua Cutter.
Okay, whatever.
I knew I would probably lose one guy in this fight.
Which is fine.
Yeah. But that's why I went for the
Yeah, I was wondering why you didn't
Thunderwave.
just leave the Sylveon in.
yeah.
Moonblast it.
I didn't
one-shot
want to.
it.
I didn't think I would 2KO, and I wanted to make sure that I had it.
Guaranteeing the Thunder Wave meant that Sylveon would outspeed.
Yeah. I did it. I won. I won the fight. Did I get money from that fight? I didn't check.
I wasn't paying attention.
Robot Churro does not need money.
Actually, if you go in and read the journals, part of the problem is they needed a lot more
Hainer.
money.
Yeah.
Hainer, pens, OLED.
Rusty, you and I both know his name is Dog Street.
They just ran up yelling OLED. I'm quoting the actual cutscene. What do you want from me?
To
You're
name
the one
character
making
right.
Kingdom Hearts plot bad.
To name the character right, his name is Dog Street.
What up, my boy?
Hainer, Dog Street, OLED.
I actually thought that Hainer was Dog Street.
No,
It
Hainer
shows
is
you
the
how much I care about those characters.
Hainer is cargo shorts tank top.
The jock guy.
Yeah.
It's the classic aughts cartoon trio in the kind of jockey one, the fatter funny one, and the girl.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Like, for example, you have Mucha Lucha, which is Ricochet's the jock. The Flea is the funny one. Boy and a Girl's the girl.
Yeah.
Harry Potter, you have Harry's the jock. Ron is the funny one. Hermione's the girl.
Yeah.
You have Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Ed is the jock. Eddie is the funny one. Double D is the girl.
Yeah.
In Pokemon, in this game, what's her face is the jock. Nimona is the jock. Arvin is the funny one. And Penny is the girl.
Can't battle with without a Pokemon on the field. Come on, Ian.
I will go fight that. I will go fist fight Miraidon.
Fuck it, I put Legends Arceus square up, man. I'm gonna beanie in the head with the Pokeball. Watch.
It's time. It's time for my bike. Those eyebrows move. What the fuck, man? Can you lose this fight?
It cutscenes you out, right?
If you like,
If you just
because there is like a status move you could keep clicking if you want, but eventually it'll just use Terra Blast. I also don't think there's a way to avoid it knocking you down to 1 HP. And then you surviving on friendship.
Gotta use Terra Blast.
I don't have to. But yeah, you can totally click Endure the entire time, and eventually it'll just terrestrialize and use Terra Blast.
Electric
But you could continuously use items on it if you wanted to.
Well, see? They knew. No, you'd use a fucking move. How do you pronounce that square?
Hello, I am a robot.
It's still normal type Terra Blast, right?
It is.
That's what I thought. My Torb. Everybody groans. Why does my defense rise?
It's an Omni boost.
I'm at 1. Got around the entire time calling that. So, I saw an animation with Gengar kind of come out recently. Was that official? With Gengar and Nemona and...
Yes. That is a music video.
And you should watch the music video. It's delightful.
Where Gengar says gay rights?
I believe that is exactly what happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, they are releasing a series of like music videos in collaboration with various Japanese singers, and that was part of that. And yeah, it's basically a romantic
Nemoto gets a girlfriend.
Yeah, romp between the female player character and Nemona.
So I called that shit.
It's very cute.
I will try and find it and link it in the Discord.
All I saw was people freaking out about gay rights, Gengar, and I wasn't exactly sure.
Does the Gengar say gay rights?
The Gengar...
For the record, Pokemon has never explicitly condoned any LGBT characters or identities, as much as they should have by now. But there is
Gengar...
I would say subtext with very little sub.
I've seen the music video, and I was wondering if there was like an actual like a frame or something where Gengar had like some gas or something
No,
that
I was
spelled
exaggerating,
it out.
but
Yeah.
not much.
Yeah, no, I've seen the video. It's very explicitly this is a romance.
Again, I want to make it very clear, not explicit. As much as they should be comfortable with making explicitly LGBT characters by now, it's not.
The other thing you have to realize is that
you can argue Pokemon Go has a canonically non-binary character, but even then, they're
the thing is, they're not. It's a Japanese character, or a Japanese company, and Japan is not great with LGBT rights.
Yeah.
China is very not great with it, and that's a big consumer of theirs.
They are actively courting the Chinese market.
And you think there are lots of other places, and not all of the U.S. is great with it. So
the Chinese market is actually why a couple of years ago a major storyline in Magic the Gathering got rewritten. And thankfully, since then they've walked back. There's a canon lesbian relationship between Chandra and Nissa, and then they had a really clumsily written, actually no, not really. But then they walked it back with the most recent, much bigger epic story, and it's like very definitely back on. But there's like, we're getting ready to. We got the Marvel Brothers, what made Endgame, to make us a movie for Netflix, and we're trying to sell it in China, so we gotta crash this beloved pairing that everybody loves.
Yep.
Like I said, they've undone that recently.
Yeah, so
Chandra and Nissa,
not necessarily defending them, just they're
Gruul friends again, because they're red colored and green colored, and the red green color pie combination in Magic is Gruul, so everybody calls them Gruul friends. Anyway, fuck China on its LGBT stuff.
It's human rights.
Yeah.
As kind of a whole.
Yeah.
They don't do human rights great, and if people get mad at us for calling China out one, we don't fucking matter. But fuck them.
This is like the basic minimum we could do.
Yeah. No, their history of human rights abuse is long and well not as well as it should be, but and nobody and the West and doesn't do anything because they like money, and so fuck them.
But no, there aren't any explicitly LGBT characters in do that so that we're not getting copyright struck by Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
I got no change on my end.
We'll play a little bit.
No,
of
we're just muting the stream output of our Switch.
Yeah. So that Ed Sheeran doesn't mute
get the VOD muted. But there aren't any explicitly LGBT characters in the Pokemon games, with a couple of minor exceptions that are either like weird translations or like clearly like taking the piss out of trans people.
Yeah.
Or clearly like the person is trans and that's them being the butt of the joke.
Yeah.
And a lot of those are like in like the early seasons of the game.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about the whole beach episode with Team Rocket and all of that.
Yeah, there is a episode that was not released in the West where James enters a beauty contest by dressing in drag and wearing fake cleavage,
And has big honkin' bonkers.
They are in fact
Big honker bonker roos.
Yeah, the giant bazonkas.
And it was
Like I said, there are a couple of other like early in the series like jokes at the expense of people not following gender norms, let's say. But like, isn't it funny that this male character is dressing like a girl? Kind of jokes.
yeah.
So, yeah.
But yeah. So
Like I said, like you can make an argument that like there's that one like minor NPC dialogue in the Battle My Son in Gen 6, but again, it's like your quote unquote officially LGBT Pokemon characters are very few and very far between, and I would argue aren't really representation worth like
actually shouting out.
Yeah.
There's
anything to the company's credit.
Yeah.
On that note, go watch Yoasobi Beauty Beauty, the official music video. It's delightful.
Yeah. We just linked it in the Discord, which I will link in
do exclamation point Discord if you're on the YouTube in the YouTube video. Should be down below, I think.
Yes, should be in the thing.
In the description, the down there place. It's in hell, which is what the YouTube comment section has.
Well, it's in the description of the video. It's not in the comment section. So.
And we don't matter enough to have a YouTube comment section, really, except for the like bots that occasionally post. Great video with like 4 misspellings.
That's a lot of misspellings for 2 words, but somehow I believe you. Bots are not real smart even now.
No. But yeah. Also, go support like LGBT people.
Yeah. Find a gay person. Go support them right now. Like literally, just like lift them up. Be their support. I'm not talking figures.
With consent. Don't pick someone up without telling them first. Yeah.
Like literally lift an LGBT person right now.
Use your
go out onto the street, point at people, say, "Are you gay?" If yes, lift them up. Frankly, you're doing the world a disservice if you don't do it specifically that way.
He's confused, but...
Yeah, that's right. I'm an ally. I try not to think of myself as a hero, but I basically am.
Oh, man. Can you be any more of a cis white savior?
I'd like to think that I'm pretty much the most important hero ever.
Yeah, you are. Alright. Is Ed Sheeran still singing on us? I don't think so. Alright, cool.
No hate to Ed Sheeran. We do not think he is the one that is copyright striking us.
I think it is him. I think he's watching the Scarlet Violet Twitch page.
And he's just, his fingers on the button.
Hovering over the button.
He's like, get there. Give me more than 2 seconds.
He's dweeby enough. He probably does have a Twitch account.
I gotta go to the director's office.
How much post game are we doing? Are you gonna run through the DLC?
No, the DLC's gonna take me more than 40 minutes. We'll probably get through this and we'll see how we're feeling. It'll probably be something that I hand the controller off to Nathan and he can go catch whatever he wants out of this game. And then he can have I'll move the Pokemon and then he can have whatever he wants out of this file.
I will probably go and get the once per save file Pokemon that I want. But
yeah. Go get
that's not something we necessarily do tonight.
Yeah, go get the ruins and have a second Ogremon. But anyway, Arvin's parents are dead.
And as you see, he's Not exactly torn up about that.
He's had like.
Yeah, he's had some time has passed. He's had
like
process, but like
well that he's had time to process it. He's had like a decade from his parents like pushing him out, abandoning him. Then he's like, sorry. Hey, look, the government.
Hi, my name is Gita. The G stands for government. I am the government eater. Government eater does sound like a Metal Gear Solid character.
Yeah. Government eater. Just a random clerk.
Again, what is it? Kojima.
Yeah.
Not subtle about character names.
Go look up names from Death Stranding. Just go look up
Exactly
people's...
like Die Hard Man.
Yeah. Just go look up people's names from that game.
There's one who's like, they're like, this character is like, yeah, he drinks the blood of his enemies. His name is Vamp. Oh, so that's why they call him Vamp. No, he's named Vamp because he's bisexual. That's what they explicitly say in the game, too. Somebody was like, that's like the first documented use of the word bisexual in a video game.
No.
I will say I've been very impressed by your adamant refusal of the call of the hero.
No. Just every time I pass.
I do like the idea of like this uppity teenager whenever they see like clearly an authority figure with a school, just every time they pass them in the hall going, no. Kind of reminds me of the relationship I had with the SRO at our high school. Who I was very subtly a dick to.
You want to tell that story now? It's up to you.
Not even incredibly subtly a dick toward, but like fairly regularly a dick toward, and just enough, like, had enough plausible deniability that I never really got in trouble for it.
The police are going to arrest you tomorrow if you tell this story in public. They're listening.
Yeah. There was an instance in high school where I was joking around with a friend, and he had swung a pen at me and stabbed me in the neck. And I still have the scar somewhere if you really look closely. But I was bleeding from my neck and went to the restroom to take care of it. And I happened to pass by the resource officer of our school, who was standing in the hallway. And, you know, from his perspective, he sees this kid walking by with a bleeding neck wound. He very rightfully follows me into the bathroom and asks what's going on. And I want to make it very clear that, like, he was not in the wrong here. He rightfully should have investigated that. But he was like, hey, what happened? And I told him, yeah, I got stabbed in the neck. And he's like, well, who did that to you? And I was like, you know, I think it was a student. Very clearly, like, I know who it was, I'm not telling you that, but still with enough plausible deniability that he was like, okay. Because, like, I was enough of a known quantity with the teachers of that school, because I was not, this is not a large school. There was a very small number of students, and
Nathan was also, like, an honor roll kid.
Yeah, I was like very high scoring. I was the youngest person to be in the advanced math classes, a lot of firsts in that school, and I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that to illustrate how backwards this
the school.
Yeah, it was just a very rural school, and I was a big-time city kid who brought in a bunch of credits from one of the biggest public schools in the state, and I was just academically that much further ahead.
He was an academic weapon.
Yes, but I had won the school a bunch of awards at that point, and they had basically at that point, because I was a senior, were letting me run around the school at my own leisure doing whatever the hell I wanted, because one, they knew I was a good kid and not getting in trouble, and two, whatever I was doing, I was probably going to be winning them some awards there at the end of the year.
I had a very similar reign,
and just
reign
like
of the
I
school
had free reign in a way that kids today probably don't have, given the state of
everything.
Yeah, the world and the way that people have politicized education. That's a different conversation. But just like very, very clearly, like I know who did this to me. I'm not telling you. Leave me alone. And he did. He walked out. Like, I was always very subtly, or maybe not so subtly, a dick to this guy. And he could have been a lot more hard-assed on me, and he wasn't. Like, there was a time, because, like, that was also the year I got my Eagle, and he was also a former Eagle Scout, and, like, he came, and, like, he's like, hey, I saw you in the news, and I wanted to give you a congratulations, because he was also an Eagle Scout, which was, one, like, he's paying attention to his students' mentions in the paper.
Yeah.
He saw a way that he might potentially relate to me. He knew who I was, despite the fact that I was never in a class, in any of his classes. That was a very, like, nice thing for him to do. And I totally blew him off and ignored him when he did that. Just because, like, I was a punk with an attitude.
I actually was in his class later. And he really liked me. I think I saved a lot of Nathan's reputation with him.
Several instances where I was not so subtly a dick to him, and he could have come down a lot harder on me than he ever wound up doing.
It was just that story is always very funny.
Though I will say, he probably should have investigated more. Speaking as, like,
somebody
with the benefit of hindsight.
Somebody that has been in charge of children.
I was going to say,
that.
If you see a child running, even, I was probably 18 at the time, but you see one of your students walking by, don't pick that up.
What?
Don't pick that up.
Why?
So that I can mark it later.
Fine, I've already picked up a couple of them, so
it's fine. But it's a lot easier to collect them in one go if they're there and I can find them.
Yeah, that's fine. The other funny part about the stabbed in the neck is that
later on, another girl who we were friends with was reenacting it. And as she was doing that, stabbed me in the neck again and reopened the wound.
That's the best. That's the best part of that story.
One of them was my debate partner. One of them was my individual event partner. Both of them stabbed me in the neck that year. Which either reflects poorly on them or reflects poorly on me. I'm not 100% sure which.
I think it reflects poorly on all of you.
Yeah. That is the conclusion, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you really go in and look close, I've got a stab wound in there somewhere.
Yep.
I have a scar.
Mon boy. Good job, Mon boy. But I think that's going to do it for us. We've kind of been vamping to fill out a little bit of time, but I think that'll go ahead and do it for us. So again, thank you for joining us. I am now giving up the Pokemon slot to Rusty. Steve.
I think I'm taking it over.
Or Nathan's next.
Yeah, Nathan. I think Nathan's doing a Wonderlock while we still have that available.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was going to be my monographs run or runs, but
Yeah,
I do have plans for that.
Yeah,
but
well, we might as well talk about that. One, we are going to be off tomorrow, which would normally be when we do Zelda. But we are trying to get as many of the 3DS games in as we can while those online services are still up.
Yeah, well, servers are still available.
So we are going to do a little series of Wonderlocks and other 3DS era games while we can.
Yeah.
Because we want to be able to do those and show those off and have fun. So we should be starting back with a Wonderlock from one of the 3DS games, and it's going to be great, and we're going to have a great time.
Yeah. So, again, thank you for joining us. I had lots of fun. Hope you guys did too. This was a cool team that Nate and Rusty put together for me. Had lots of fun with it. Tickled lots of people. Bye-bye.
You tickled everyone, didn't you?
Before we go, you got the judge function, right?
I don't think so yet. I think...
How do you... I think it's pretty quick to unlock. We should maybe do that.
Okay. Tell me... Because I think I have to go through the tournament to get it. Because I remember...
You may have to go through the Ace Academy tournament.
Because I remember it kind of being stupid.
Talking to the Pokemon Center nurse after the credits.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Let's look at your guys.
Alright, yeah. Let me go to I thought I did this already. But...
Yeah, I thought you'd get one too.
The Pokemon Center in Kitakami does not do this.
Okay. I thought I did this already, but maybe I just unlocked it. Okay. I mean, maybe I did have it.
Just go on your boxes.
I was pressing the wrong button. It's Y, right?
It's plus.
It's plus.
You need to be hovering over a Pokemon. There you go.
Yeah, you got it.
So, Monboy has perfect HP, attack, special attack, and speed.
Alright, 4.
Bond has perfect HP and defense.
Okay.
And attack was very good.
Yeah.
5 on the tickler.
The ticker was not completely
The
perfect.
tickler was guaranteed to have 5, I think. But it is very funny that the one imperfect stat was
the one
special attack.
He really could have used a little more.
I was really keeping my fingers crossed that we had a second perfect tickler. Because if you recall, the original tickler had 6 perfect stats.
I kind of felt that I was like, I kind of felt a little underpowered.
It's not enough of a difference to make any noticeable difference in game.
Sylveon.
Special attack and speed.
This Sylveon's great.
Miss
Thing had
3 IPAs. That's not bad.
Yeah, all of mine are not going to be very good. I'm not a breedsman.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, I think it was guaranteed to have perfect special attack because I had given it the item to do that.
Yeah. Neat. All right. Well, you get cool team. Had lots of fun. Thank you for joining us. And go be nice and be kind and go lift a gang. Bye.